What if I told you that just 1 hour a day, yes, only 60 minutes, could unlock a transformation so powerful it could change your entire life? The truth behind this simple secret will shock you, challenge everything you think you know, and set you on a path to a deeper, more meaningful existence. Ready to discover how 1 hour can become the turning point you've been searching for? A simple act of dedicating just 1 hour each day to reflection and introspection holds a transformative power that is often underestimated in the modern world where distractions are endless and time feels scarce. Setting aside even a small portion of the day to turn inward can feel like a radical act, yet this seemingly modest commitment has the potential to unlock profound changes in your life, shaping not only your understanding of yourself, but also your interaction with the world around you. This hour is more than just a moment of pause. It is an opportunity to step away from the noise and chaos that fill our daily lives. It allows you to quiet the incessant chatter of external demand. This awareness is the foundation upon which lasting change is built. Without this dedicated time, life often proceeds in a reactive mode. You respond to situations automatically, influenced by habitual patterns and unconscious impulses. These habits may have served you in the past, but they can also limit your growth and keep you trapped in cycles that do not fulfill your true potential. By contrast, the daily reflection interrupts this cycle. It creates a pause that allows you to observe your inner world with clarity and objectivity rather than being swept away by it. This shift in perspective is crucial. Moreover, this hour of reflection fosters a deepening relationship with your inner self. In the busyness of life, many lose touch with their authentic desires, values, and feelings. The constant rush often buries these aspects beneath layers of distraction and social expectations. This reconnection can ignite a sense of purpose and direction that had previously been obscure. Another vital aspect of this daily commitment is its cumulative effect. Change is rarely instantaneous. It is a gradual unfolding that requires patience and persistence. An hour might seem like a small investment, but over weeks and months, it accumulates into a powerful habit that rewires your mind and reshapes your life. The discipline of returning to this inner work each day reinforces your capacity for self-awareness and emotional resilience. It trains you to recognize when you are slipping back into unhelpful patterns and to gently guide yourself back towards growth. This hour also becomes a sanctuary for creativity and insight. When the mind is allowed to wander freely within a calm and focused space, new ideas and perspectives often emerge. The reflective process opens channels to deeper layers of consciousness where intuition and wisdom reside. Many breakthroughs are unwoven by giving yourself this gift each day. You cultivate a fertile ground for personal insight and innovation. Importantly, this practice does not require elaborate rituals or special settings. It can be as simple as sitting quietly, journaling, meditating, or engaging in mindful breathing. The key is consistency and intention, showing up for yourself without judgment and with an open heart. In essence, dedicating 1 hour a day to this inward journey is a profound act of self-care and empowerment. It is an invitation to awaken from the autopilot of life and to step into a more conscious, purposeful existence. Over time, this daily hour transforms from a mere task into a treasured practice that shapes your identity, nurtures your soul, and ultimately changes your life in ways you might never have imagined. Growth and transformation require more than simply observing the light within ourselves. They demand a courageous confrontation with the shadow, the hidden, often uncomfortable aspects of our being that we tend to deny or reject. This shadow consists of fears, doubts, unresolved pain, and traits we consider unacceptable or shameful. It is the part of ourselves that we push away because it does not fit the image we want to project to the world, or even the identity we wish to hold in our own mind. Yet true growth cannot happen without facing these darker elements, for they hold vital truths about who we are. The shadow is not something evil or wholly negative. Rather, it is a natural and necessary part of the human psyche. It contains the emotions and impulses we have buried, often unconsciously, in an effort to maintain harmony or to avoid this conflict. These hidden parts influence our decisions and reactions from beneath the surface, sometimes leading us into repeated patterns of pain or conflict. When ignored, the shadow can manifest in destructive ways through self-sabotage, anxiety, projection onto others, or emotional turmoil. By refusing to acknowledge it, we remain fragmented and disconnected from our true selves. To engage with the shadow requires deep honesty and humility. It is an act of bravery to look at the parts of ourselves that we have long avoided, to face our fears and accept our imperfections. This process often brings discomfort and resistance because it challenges the narratives we have built about who we are. The shadow holds the key to healing wounds, breaking free from unconscious patterns, and reclaiming parts of ourselves that have been lost or denied. When we invite the shadow into the light of our awareness, it begins to lose its power over us. Instead of being controlled by hidden fears or unresolved pain, we start to understand their origins and meanings. This understanding allows us to integrate these aspects into a more complete sense of self. Integration does not mean erasing flaws or denying the reality of humanity with compassion and wisdom. In this way, the shadow becomes a source of strength and insight, enriching our experience rather than limiting it. Facing the shadow also deepens our empathy and connection with others. When we recognize our own hidden struggles and contradictions, we become less judgmental and more compassionate toward the imperfections in others. This awareness fosters authentic relationships built on acceptance rather than illusion. It reminds us that everyone carries a shadow, and that vulnerability is a shared human experience. The process of shadow work is ongoing. It is not a one-time event, but a continuous journey of self-discovery and growth. Each day presents new opportunities to notice where we resist or hide parts of ourselves, and to gently bring them into consciousness. This ongoing practice cultivates resilience and emotional maturity, equipping us to face life's challenges with greater clarity and strength. Moreover, embracing the shadow often sparks creativity and spontaneity. When the parts of ourselves we have suppressed are allowed expression, they unleash a vitality that fuels imagination and innovation. By accepting the fullness of our inner world, we tap into a richer, more dynamic source of energy that enhances not only personal fulfillment, but also our contribution to the world. In essence, confronting the shadow is not about becoming perfect or free from flaws. The journey toward wholeness is a deeply personal and transformative process, one that requires bringing together the many fragmented parts of the self into a harmonious and integrated whole. Life often scatters our identity into pieces, roles we play, masks we wear, emotions we hide, contradicting, leaving us feeling incomplete or at odds. However, by consciously embracing and uniting these diverse elements, we move toward a state of true individuation, a process of becoming fully ourselves. This integration is not merely about self-improvement or correcting flaws. It is about embracing the totality of who we are, including all the contradictions and complexities that make us human. Each part of ourselves, even those we might initially reject or fear, carries essential wisdom and energy that contributes to our unique identity. When we bring these parts into awareness and acceptance, we heal inner divisions and create a foundation for authentic living. The fragmented self often arises from the demands and pressures of external life. Social roles, whether as a parent, worker, friend or partner, can lead us to prioritize certain aspects of ourselves while neglecting others. We may suppress emotions like anger or sadness to fit expectations or demand unbalance. The process of integration involves consciously acknowledging these neglected facets and allow them to find expression in a healthy and balanced way. One of the central challenges of this integration is confronting the tension between opposing forces within us. Light and shadow, reason and emotion, freedom and emotion, freedom and responsibility, all these dualities exist inside each person. Rather than seeing them as enemies to be defeated, integrity teaches us to hold these opposites. It is in this tension that co-creates. The journey toward wholeness also involves connecting with deeper layers of the psyche beyond the conscious mind. Symbols, dreams, and archetypal images often emerge from these depths, offering guidance and insight. Paying attention to these inner messages helps illuminate hidden aspects of the self and facilitates integration. By engaging with these symbols, we access universal patterns that resonate with our personal experience, enriching our understanding and fostering a sense of belonging to a greater whole. This process unfolds gradually and requires patience and commitment. It cannot be rushed or coerced. As we move toward greater integration, our relationships with others often deepen and become more authentic. When we are more whole within, we are less dependent on external validation or approval. We relate from a place of inner security and honesty, inviting others to do the same. This authenticity fosters connection and mutual growth, enriching both our personal lives and broader community. The process of becoming whole also empowers us to live with greater freedom and creativity. When fragmented parts are integrated, the energy that was once dissipated or blocked is released. This renewed vitality enables us to pursue our passions, facing challenges with resilience, and express our true selves more fully. Integration is not the end of the journey, but a continuous evolution, a lifelong dance of growth and self-discovery. Ultimately, the path to wholeness is an invitation to embrace the fullness of human experience. It calls us to transcend fragmentation and live in harmony with all aspects of ourselves. By undertaking this inward journey, we awaken to a life that is richer, deeper, and more meaningful, a life in which we stand firmly grounded in our true identity and purpose. The greatest obstacles we face in life are often not external, but originate within the depths of our own minds and hearts. These inner barriers take the form of unexamined beliefs, unconscious fears, unresolved emotional wounds, and limiting patterns that quietly shape our thoughts and action. Many times we search for solutions outside ourselves, looking to circumstances, other people, or external achievements to bring us peace or fulfillment. Yet the true source of freedom lies in understanding and transforming the internal forces that bind us. These inner chains are often forged in early experiences, cultural conditioning, and repeated stories we tell ourselves about who we are and what is possible. Without awareness, these ingrained beliefs become automatic filters through which we interpret the world, often distorting reality and narrowing our potential. They create self-imposed safety, but ultimately limit growth and happiness. However, the key to breaking free from these invisible chains is awareness. Awareness acts as a light that illumines the hidden corners of the psyche, revealing the beliefs and wounds that operate beneath the surface. When these elements are brought into conscious recognition, their grip weakens, allowing us to challenge and transform them. This awakening process is a powerful form of liberation. The path to awareness often begins with honest self-reflection and a willingness to look inward without judgment. It requires courage to face uncomfortable truths and to question attitudes that have long been accepted as facts. This exploration may uncover painful memories. As awareness grows, so does the opportunity for healing and transformation. Emotional wounds that once caused suffering can be understood in new ways, leading to forgiveness and release. Limiting beliefs can be replaced with empowering ones that support growth and self-acceptance. This process not only frees us from the past, but also opens the door to new possibilities and ways of being. Importantly, this inner work is not about striving for perfection or eradicating all difficulties, but about cultivating a compassionate and mindful relationship with oneself. Awareness invites us to become observers of our inner world, witnessing thoughts and emotions without becoming overwhelmed or identified with them. The liberation that comes from this inner awareness has profound effects on every area of life. When freed from unconscious patterns, we act with greater intentionality and authenticity. Our relationships improve as we bring more honesty and empathy into our interactions. It is also important to recognize that this journey of awareness and liberation is ongoing. The mind and heart are vast landscapes with many layers to explore. New challenges and unconscious material may arise at different stages of life, inviting continual growth. Embracing this lifelong process with patience and kindness allows us to evolve steadily toward greater freedom and fulfillment. In essence, the most formidable barriers we face are not imposed by the world, but by the unseen limits within ourselves. Yet, within those same depths lies the power to transcend them. Through the cultivation of awareness, we unlock the chains that bind us, reclaim our inner freedom, and step into a life lived with courage, authenticity, and expansive possibility. This truth, though often surprising, holds the key to profound transformation and lasting peace. When we dedicate time each day to deep self-reflection and introspection, we begin to awaken to layers of meaning and patterns that previously eluded our awareness. This awakening allows us to perceive life through a richer lens, revealing hidden connections between our experiences, emotions, and the larger tapestry of existence. These deeper insights do not simply arise from surface thinking, but emerge from engaging with the symbols, stories, and archetypes that reside within our unconscious mind. Our inner world is filled with symbolic language, images, dreams, and metaphors that communicate essential truths about ourselves and our place in the world. By paying attention to these symbols during our daily hour of reflection, we tap into a universal language that transcends ordinary way of the law. Patterns also become more visible during this dedicated time. Life often repeats itself in cycles, whether in relationships, challenges, or personal habits. Without awareness, these cycles can trap us in repetitive behaviors that keep us stuck or lead to suffering. However, when we consciously observe these patterns, we gain the power to interrupt them, to choose new responses, and to break free from limitations. This awareness of pattern allows us to become peasants of our own lives, rather than passive victims. Engaging with deeper meanings also fosters a sense of connection to something greater than ourselves. When we explore the symbolic and archetypal dimensions of our experience, we often encounter themes that resonate across cultures and eras. Stories of heroism, transformation, sacrifice, and renewal, offering perspective and as our personal journey, or for part of a larger period of the part. This connection to the collective human experience can be deeply comforting and inspiring. Moreover, this awakening to deeper meaning enriches our creativity and intuition. As we become attuned to the symbolic language of our unconscious, new ideas and insights naturally flow. Creativity is no longer a forced effort, but a spontaneous expression of the integrated self. Intuition becomes a trusted guide, offering subtle hints and wisdom that help us navigate life's complexities with grace and confidence. This process also nurtures emotional intelligence. By understanding the underlying patterns and meanings in our feelings and reactions, we develop greater empathy for ourselves and others. We begin to see emotions not as obstacles, but as valuable signals pointing to our deeper needs and truths. This insight allows us to respond to ourselves and those around us with kindness and wisdom, rather than judgment or repression. It is important to remember that this awakening is gradual and requires patience. Deeper insights often come in moments of quiet reflection, dreams, or sudden realizations that seem to emerge from nowhere. The daily practice of dedicating an hour to inner exploration cultivates a fertile ground for these moments to arise. Over time, the accumulation of small awakenings leads to a profound shift in perspective, a transformation in how we understand ourselves and the world. As this deeper awareness grows, life itself takes on new richness and significance. Challenges become opportunities for growth, relationships deepen with authentic connection, and the mundane is infused with meaning. We start living not merely to exist, but to participate fully in the unfolding mystery of life. In essence, dedicating time each day to introspection awakens us to the hidden layers of meaning and pattern woven into our lives. This awakening is a doorway to wisdom, creativity, and connection, inviting us to live with greater awareness and purpose. It reveals that beneath the surface of everyday life lies a profound The power of committing just 1 hour each day to self-reflection is amplified by the ripple effects it creates in every aspect of our lives. This hour, though seemingly small, acts as a seed planted in fertile soil. Over time, it grows into profound shifts that influence not only our internal landscape, but also our external reality. The transformation that begins in this quiet, craftian experience of consistency is the secret ingredient to transform this daily practice from a simple habit into a powerful agent of change. Like any form of training, the mind and soul require regular engagement to develop new pathways and patterns. An hour a day may seem modest, yet over weeks, months and years, it accumulates into a significant body of inner work. Steady dedication builds resilience, deepens insight, and strengthens the ability to respond to Jung. As this inner strength grows, so too does the clarity of purpose. The time spent in reflection acts as a compass, helping to align daily choices with deeper values and goals. When life's distractions pull us in many directions, this hour grounds us, reminding us of what truly matters. It fosters a sense of intentionality that permeates our actions, making each decision more conscious and more. This clarity often leads to a greater sense of fulfillment as our outer life begins to mirror the authenticity discovered within. Moreover, this daily commitment enhances emotional balance. By regularly turning inward, we become more attuned to our emotional rhythms and triggers. We learn to observe feelings without being overwhelmed by them, creating a space between stimulus and response. Over time, this stability nurtures healthier relationships as we interact with others from a place of calm awareness rather than emotional turbulence. The ripple effect also reaches creativity and problem-solving abilities. The quiet hour allows the subconscious mind to work beneath the surface, making connections and generating insights that might elude the busy conscious mind. Many creative breakthroughs occur during moments of stillness, when the mind is free to wander and explore. Another significant impact is the cultivation of self-compassion and acceptance. Daily reflection encourages a gentler relationship with oneself, where mistakes and imperfections are met with understanding rather than harsh judgment. This compassionate stance fosters inner healing and reduces the self-critical voices that often hinder growth. As self-acceptance deepens, confidence blossoms, empowering us to embrace life's uncertainties with courage and importantly, the hour dedicated to oneself becomes a sacred ritual, a daily act of honoring one's own worth and inner life. In a world that often prioritizes external achievement and distraction, this commitment is a radical reclaiming of personal time and energy. It signals a prioritization of the soul's needs, acknowledging that true success and happiness are rising not from external validation, but from inner harmony and authority. Over time, the cumulative effects of this daily hour reshapes identity itself. The person who emerges from this practice is no longer fragmented or reactive, but whole. Ultimately, dedicating 1 hour each day to self-reflection is a profound investment in lifelong growth and well-being. It is a simple yet powerful tool for awakening to the richness of life, deepening understanding, and fostering lasting change. through this daily practice, the extraordinary becomes possible.